In this video, I'm not only going to show you the 5 different pentatonic shapes, you're going to learn where the root notes are across the entire fretboard so that you can change keys, and more importantly, we're going to examine the shared spaces between each shape, ultimately concluding that there really isn't 5 different shapes, there's only 2.5. Let's go on this pentatonic journey together. First up, the 5 pentatonic shapes. Here is the first, the minor pentatonic. And this is in the key of A minor. The next box shape is the major pentatonic, box shape number 2. And you can pause this video and study any of these shapes if you don't know them one at a time. The third box shape, the fourth box shape, and the fifth box shape. If we continued, we would be back at the first box shape, the minor pentatonic, up 1 octave from where we started. If you learn the root notes of all 5 positions, you'll be able to change keys, for example, from A minor to F minor or F minor to G minor. However, even more importantly, if you know where the root notes are, you'll start knowing how the scale actually functions in the different positions. For example, I'm going to demo something now in A minor, and I'm going to end my phrases on the root note in different positions, and it will sound resolved. And I'll do this all over the fretboard. And you can hear how it really sounds resolved. Because it's the root note, it's the tonic. And knowing this in any position is going to bring your improvising to new heights. Obviously, you don't always want to finish on the tonic. The point is, instead of playing 5 shapes, you'll understand how the notes are actually functioning within that key. So here are all of the root notes, 1 position at a time. In box shape number 1, they are here. In box shape number 2, they are here. In box shape number 3, they are here. In box shape number 4, they are here. In box shape number 5, they are here. And then we would be back to box shape number 1, up the octave. A great exercise is playing 1 octave of the scale in all of the different positions, like this. And then back to the start. And you can only do that when you have an awareness of where the root notes are in all 5 positions. Here is an example of all 5 shapes in F minor, although you should do this in all 12 keys. Here is box shape number 1. Box shape number 2. Box shape number 3. Box shape number 4. And box shape number 5. Now you should continue over the entire range of the instrument. So box shape number 1 repeats. Box shape number 2 repeats. Box shape number 3 repeats. And depending on how many frets you have, you might be able to get another 1 or 2 shapes in. Now we get to the interesting mind-bending part of this, because it's not really 5 different shapes. Let me show you. There is a shared space between every single box shape pattern. Let's say we take the regular minor pentatonic, box shape number 1, and box shape number 2. They're not really two unique shapes because they have this shared between each position. Let me demo another one to show you. So box shape number 2 and box shape number 3 have this shared space. When thinking this way, because it's the same for every other box shape, by the way, they all have shared spaces. When thinking this way, it's not really 5 different shapes, it's 5 different one note per string patterns. Let me show you. That's unique. This is unique. This is unique. 4th one. And the 5th one. And then it repeats again. Now, if you only take these unique shapes, it would just be box shape number 1. You would skip box shape number 2 because it has shared notes and play box shape number 3. And then skip box shape number 4 because it has some shared notes and finish with half of a scale. And then it would repeat again. Now, the reason this is important is because the more different ways you can play the scale, the better you understand it. That could be single note per string shapes like we just examined. It could be starting on the root note in different positions or a whole host of different things. You shouldn't just learn the 5 box shapes. You should understand how they function within a key and also the uniqueness of how the shapes connect on the guitar so that you can have a full mastery and really understand what you're playing. That concludes this lesson. We learned the 5 different pentatonic shapes along with the root notes so that we can change keys. We then examined the shared spaces between these, ultimately concluding that there really isn't 5 different shapes. If you learned something in today's lesson, please like, subscribe, and comment. It really supports the channel. If you want to download a free PDF of the diagrams used in this lesson, you can find a link to that below. And I'm also working on a book that combines all of these concepts. Depending on when you watch this video, you'll either find a link to that book below, or if it hasn't been released yet, you'll find a link to my mailing list so that you can become the first to know when it is released. And that's all for today. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.